Hello friends, welcome to Tutorialspoint. So, in this session, we will cover the SQL concepts like what is the DDL, what is DML, what is DCL. After that, we will discuss about the SQL operators and then we will discuss about the SQL joins and the types. So, first of all, what is the DML and the DDL? So, my DML is the data manipulation language. So basically in any database we have multiple tables, we have multiple schemas. So to control everything in the database we have the different SQL languages. That is, we have the DML, that is a data manipulation language, which is basically the statement which is used for managing the data within the schema objects. So my DML commands are like select statement, which is to retrieve the data from the database, insert statement, which is to insert the data into the table, and after that we have the update, which is to update the existing data within a table. Then we have the DDL, that is my data definition language. So my data definition language is used to define the database structure or the schema. So everything we have to create in the database, that is through the DDL. So the examples of the DDL are my create statement, alter statement and the drop statement. So my create statement is used to create the objects in the database. My alter statement, it is to alter the existing object into the database, and then my drop statement is used to delete the objects from the database. Then we have the DCL, that is my data control language. So my data control language, it will help us to control the data within the database. My example of the DCLs are grant and revoke. So grant means that if somebody needs the access to the database, we give the user access privileges using the grant, and revoke is just the opposite of the grant. So if we want to withdraw the access privileges, we will use the revoke. So this is my example of the create table. Like we have the create table, which is in this we are creating the table test. So after that we have these are the columns and these are the data types which has to be there into my test table. So this is how we can use the create table command. Then we have the insert statement. So let's say if I have created one table into my database using the create statement. Now how we will insert the data into that table? So for inserting the data we will use the insert statement. Using this is basically my syntax of the insert statement, that we want to insert the data into the test table. After that, in the sequence, which columns we want to get the data inserted, and then values and what values we want to go into the database into that particular table. Then we have this select star from test. So once we have inserted the data, how we can see that data in the database? So for that we can use the select statement. So select star from test means that select everything from test. But if we want to select particular columns, we can use the column names separated by the comma values instead of this star, which will return the particular columns from my test table. Then we have this drop table. So if I want to delete the table, I can simply write the command drop table and then the table name, which will delete the table from the database. Then we have the SQL operators. So we have n number of operators which exist in SQL, and we classify them into the 4 high categories, which is arithmetic, relational, logical or boolean, and the set operators. So my arithmetic operators are the normal operators which we generally use into the day-to-day life, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percentage. So we can also perform some operations on the data when we are retrieving it from the database, and that we can do with the help of the operators. So like in this case, we have the salary in the database, but we also want the bonus, which is 0.5% of my salary. So what we do is we will write the select statement, that is select salary, comma, salary into 0.5 as bonus. As bonus means that we are giving the alias name to the calculation from my EMP table. So this way we can use the arithmetic operators. After that we have the relational or the comparison operator. So my relational or the comparison operators are like equal to, less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. So we can use these SQL operators into the statement when we are trying to retrieve the data from the database. Like here we have used this equal to operator, like select the employee name from the employee table where my employee number is 900. So here we are making the use of the equal relational operator. Then we have the logical or the Boolean operators. So my logical and the Boolean operators are my AND, OR, in, between. So let's say if I want to get only those employees from my employee table whose salary is between 1000 to 3000. So in that case we can use the logical operators. So here we have placed the condition that select the employee number and the name and the salary from employee table where the salary is greater than equal to 1000 and less than equal to 3000. Similarly, we can use the OR operator, we can use the IN operator, and we can use the between operator. Then we have the set operators. So my set operators are like my union, union all, intersect, and the minus. So each of these operations, they will combine the results of the two select statements into a single result set. But the condition is that the data types have to be the same for both the tables. So like in this case what we are doing is that we are doing the union on two different tables, that is my EMP underscore KOL and EMP underscore MUM. So what it will do is it will select all the employees from Kolkata, it will select all the employees from Mumbai, and the union will combine it. So this is the example of my set operator. So this is how we can use the set operators. So in this video we have seen how we can use the different operators and what do you mean by the DML, DCL and the DDL statements. Thank you.